Hello my fellow humans and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today I'm gonna do Let Me Describe You. I haven't done this since I first started the channel, so figure it's about time, right? I've got some new peeps here and it's always good to do these. They're just always fun. So yeah, we're going to get into it, and I just want to say thank you if you're a returning subscriber or watcher, or if you're new here. Just thank you so much for allowing me your precious time and spending this time with me. It just means so much, and we're on this beautiful journey together, and I'm so excited. And if you're new, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all human here, having this human experience, to come as you are in this here now here moment as your most high authentic self. So that being said, remember that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all the links below in the description box to do so, where you can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information. You can also follow me on over to my podcast, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I really do hope to see you there. So with that being said, I believe that's everything. Also, keep an eye out for this month. I am going to be starting memberships. This is something new I'm super excited about. I was hoping to have it done in the second week of November. However, some unforeseen circumstances came up. However, it will be happening this month. So keep an eye out for that. All right? So let's get into your prayer, and then we will go ahead and get into the reading. Also, your affirmation is, I am grateful for all the blessings in my life. All right. Perfect. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video. I ask that you give them strength to see themselves from the eyes of light and love, from these balanced place of understanding that we are worthy of everything that we're asking for, from this place of knowing that you're here with us every step of the way, and that we can always lean on you, and that through that it gives us strength, that you love us and cherish us, and that you never judge us even if we are judging ourselves. And I ask that you bring this clarity into our hearts of knowing that even in the hard times, that we too can accept ourselves exactly as we are in this here now here moment. As these words are spoken unto this reading and into this space, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get that set up over here. So today's not going to be a super long reading, but I did want to get it out. It's one that's been on my mind for a while. I've actually got channeled message for this probably about 2 weeks ago, and it's been in my day planner. And so I thought it's probably about time I did that channeled message from source. So we're going to choose from the pocket oracles that I have, the Mystical Shaman. I just love this deck. It's beautiful. I'm so glad I have it. And yeah, we'll get one of those. I've already pre-shuffled, so let's get into it. So source for pile number 1. What oracle card will help us better understand the description of pile number 1? One card, please. Okay, thank you. And for pile number 2, source, what oracle card will help us better understand us describing pile number 2? Okay, thank you. For pile number 3, source, what oracle card will help us better understand describing pile number 3? Thank you. Do have the upper world on the bottom, so definitely showing this is a message from the upper realm. This is the place to where the shaman travels to get guidance from their spirit team. More than just our spirit animals, right? We go to the lower worlds to get guidance from our spirit animals, but we go to the middle realm to get guidance from those that we've known. And we go to the upper worlds to get guidance from our spirit guides. It is a lot more in depth than that, but that's just kind of a Reader's Digest version, if you will. Okay, so for pile number 1, we do have this beautiful piece of rhodochrosonite. Okay. For pile number 2, we do have this piece of lapis lazuli. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful piece of amethyst. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever one you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful rhodochrosonite, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on letting me describe your energy. So first and foremost, keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it allows me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box below where you will find all the links to do so. You can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information. You can follow me on over to my podcast, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I do hope to see you there. And also in the news of the channel, I will be offering memberships this month. It is happening in November. I was hoping to get it out in the first 2 weeks, but some unforeseen circumstances came up. So I'm just asking you to keep an eye out because it is something that I am offering for November, okay? It's coming out, I promise. I just want to make sure I get the perks all right for you guys and have it all set up in a way that is conducive to the journey. Excellent. So let's go ahead and get into it and find out who you are. So source, help me describe pile number 1. What messages can you bring forth to help me describe pile number 1? What energy will help us know that this is them and that they can connect with the channel here? Source, help me describe pile number 1. Whoa, rolling. So we've got 10th house, Mars, and Aries energy. You are a very hard worker and you are brave in your job. You're not afraid to do what others would hence be afraid of doing. So you could be a boss, right? When I say that, it's like I got this image of somebody who's not afraid to fire someone, right? Like, and a lot of people, they don't like having that type of responsibility, but not you, pile 1. You're okay with that type of responsibility. It's something that you thrive in, like that high pressure, kind of aggressive type job. Like you might have a high sales position or be in a very stressful environment, but it's something that you flourish in. Like it's something that you really find, it's almost like that's where you find your peace is amidst all the stress, right? It's just because you're a natural born leader. I mean, with all this Aries energy and Mars energy here, it's like I was naturally born to live in a very aggressive environment, and that's okay, you know, and it has to do with your job. Like you're in a very aggressive environment type job and you do really well. You're seen as someone who's very successful. You're seen as someone who's a very determined hard worker. You show up, you do the work. This altogether is very high masculine energy. Doesn't matter if you identify with divine masculine or divine feminine. All of these dice together are depicting very high masculine energy within you. You're living within the divine masculine. You reside there, and it's okay. Like you're okay with that. It's something that you don't have a problem living in. You are someone who, if you are divine masculine, you would be a great father, or you are a great father, right? But when I say authority, like you are someone in an authoritative position, or you're working your way up to a very high authority status position. You're someone who focuses on the long-term goals. You're not worried so much about the short-term goals. You're focused on the long-term goals. You're someone who's very fearless and brave, independent. You can be seen as super competitive, like especially when you're with your friends or people you know. You probably take competition to the next level, but it's something you like. It's something that you really like to do. You could be very active, someone who's sometimes seen as impulsive. You may really enjoy sports. You like to watch sports, which also aids in the competition. So like if your sports team is playing, like you probably like that person that's just so into it and wants them to win and roots for them like the all-star you are. And sometimes you can be aggressive, right? Like sometimes you can be a real aggressive person or seen as very intimidating. but you're a self-starter. And again, we have this energy being a boss, a CEO, a very high status position. Okay, you do self-assert, right? You when you need to get something done, you get it done. You're going to take care of it. You're very passionate. You're very much this courageous person. You have a lot of desire to fulfill your needs and your wants and your desires. You may have been living in a place of survival instincts for part of your life where you just had to get through things and you didn't really have security, and that kind of puts you in this place of really delving into the divine masculine and finding a place to support yourself. So it does feel like you've been building up for a long time, and because of that, you're just seen as someone who everybody can go to get answers. And even if you are aggressive, like, they know that you do it with purpose. It's not because people are afraid of you. Like, they really do respect you. And they care to know what it is that you can do to help them out if they need that. So let's get some tarot out on it, pile 1. Source, how can you help me describe pile number 1? What messages would you like to bring out to help me describe pile number 1? Source, help me describe pile number 1. You may have been very unfortunate in your early age. Had a lot of bad luck, had a lot of misfortune, had a series of unfortunate events, if you will. Could have been involving the mother as well. Like, maybe you grew up with a single mom. Seems like a very specific message for some, but maybe your mom, she was also very highly masculine, and she was very devoid of emotions. She wasn't very nurturing. She was more about, like, I have to work, I have to take care of you, which when you're put in a situation like that is completely understandable. But it could have left you feeling malnourished in the way of love, and it could have left you feeling like disconnected from yourself, which is why there was unfortunate events that happened to you. Source, help me describe pile number 1. What more would you like to say? Whoa. Yeah. This makes sense. Okay. Now, there are going to be some things that come out that may trigger you. Remember, it's not to hurt your feelings. It's not why we're bringing out these energies. It's just reminding you of things that maybe you faced and dealt with and you could have already healed, okay? Source, help me describe pile number 1. Okay, what's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, we have the devil in the reverse. Okay. So with the 7 of coins here, before we even look at these two cards, let's talk about the 7 of coins in reverse and the devil in the reverse here. This is talking about, at one point in time, there was this obsessive need to be liked by everybody or being accepted by everybody. Like, maybe you wanted to dress a certain way, or you tried your best to dress a certain way to be liked by them, or maybe you got, so I'm getting like gang, like maybe you got involved in a gang or like a group of people. Like, it doesn't have to be like aggressiveness or anything like that, but that could have actually brought out some of this energy as well. But there's this energy being involved with people, and is like looking for their approval, looking for their validation, looking for them to always be there for you, and putting them on this pedestal in your mind. And this does feel like from the past. Like, this is not current, but I do feel like this sometimes does determine the way that you act moving forward, and you're still healing from this, because it does feel like this is something that has happened for a while. Yeah, it's being stuck. Like, it's like interesting because the 4 of Swords can be about our peers, right? When it's in the reverse, we're talking about being stuck by the opinions of our peers. And then we have the Ace of Coins in the reverse, talking about being greedy. Like, this idea that if I gain success in the world, right, with the Hangman in reverse, like, this is all illusions. Look at this, all illusions coming through here, right? Being an illusion. Like, if I gain success, having this slanted view, if I have deep pockets, then people will respect me, they'll like me, they'll care about me, they'll want to be around me. Having this this is like misillusion. This is a disillusion here, and it's been creating a lot of discrepancies in your life. And so it's easier for you to pour into your work and follow that than it is to heal some of these emotions that maybe have risen up from deep down, from being compartmentalized. Yeah. Not being emotionally available with the King of Cups in reverse and the 9 of Cups in reverse. Like, doesn't actually surprise me at all with these two coming out. right? Again, we have the idea of illusion, but when you have the Nine of Cups in the reverse and the Nine of Coins in reverse, we have this, it's an illusion that love comes from being bought, right? And it's saying like maybe that's how you grew up, is that maybe you had a father who tried to buy your love, or you had a mother who tried to buy your love, or you had grandparents who tried to buy your love. And so it's like they never were there for you until they were giving you something. And when they were giving you something, they were only there for like a minute or two. And that's the energy that's coming through. It's like having this energy of being disconnected from your emotional well-being and having had to like learn that. And I feel like there's a lot of success coming to you. You're in a place of success now, but now it's like you have everything you thought that would bring you happiness. And now you're recognizing that you have to work on the deeper aspects of yourself, the things that you thought you never had to face. And so it feels like with the Devil in reverse here, this is something that is eating you alive, but there's still this recognition that's coming from deep within that I have to face these things. Like I really, really believed that once I got status, fame, and fortune, and I had deep pockets, that I would have happiness in the world. And, you know, it's like, even though you'd heard that saying, money doesn't buy you happiness, there's still doesn't change the fact that there was the belief. And I feel like if you did have a single parent situation growing up, that probably got implemented even deeper in you, because it was like seeing them struggle to support you, seeing them struggle to have you, you know, make sure you had everything, and recognizing that they're struggling. Well, if I just had all the money to pay them, then they wouldn't be like this, and then we could be a happy family. And not recognizing at that time that even if you had money to pay them, like they would still be the way that they are. Like that wouldn't change, because they have to make a choice to change the way they're showing up. That's on them. So it doesn't matter if you have all the money in the world. It doesn't matter. And I feel like you're recognizing that now, like especially if you're dealing with that family situation or that past situation. This could have even been friends, or like I said, like a group of people that you were involved with. This could have been that. And it's saying that you're recognizing now that was something that just it wasn't even true. Like I got fame, I got fortune, I have deep pockets now, but none of that, what I thought was going to happen, is actually going to happen. Let's get some clarifiers out on it, Source. Thank you. Help me describe pile number 1. Oh, that's too many. Help me describe pile number 1. Yeah, it feels like work is so much easier for you than dealing with the emotional stuff. Okay, like work is something that's tangible. Work is something that you can touch, taste, feel, see, and hear. But the emotions, it's something different. It's like something that I can't feel that. It feels like it comes from somewhere out of the unknown. Like you're asking me to deal with the unknown. Like it's difficult for you to deal with the emotional aspect of yourself. Yeah. Plus, it's another thing, like, you don't like putting your cards on the table when it comes to people. I feel like maybe you've had a lot of failed relationships before in the past, or very one-sided, or you were somebody who never took relationships very serious, right? Like, you're like, oh, that's just fun on the side. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just there's this energy coming through with this 5 of spades here. It's like, I have so much else going on. It's like when it comes to matters of the heart, like I don't need to face them. But now things are slowing down, and there's only one thing to do, and that's to face what's going on within. Yeah, and anytime I see this card, if you've been here anytime, you know, every time I see this card, like I always get that feeling of don't cry over spilt milk, right? Like it's like there's only one cup standing here. Everything else is, well, there's 2, but everything else is tipped over, and it's spilling over, and it's spilling into this one. It's spilling into that one. And it's like, it doesn't change the fact that there's like the ability, like the 5 of hearts talks about in the Tarot Marseille, it talks about being able to network. Right? Yeah, and finding happiness. Like you have the 9 of cups here coming out in the upright. It's like being able to network in a place where you feel comfortable emotionally connecting with people. Because I do feel like before, the only way that you've been able to connect with others is through very masculine traits. And that's saying like being able to compete with others, and you'd have like this bro game going on, you know, like, oh, that's my bro. Like even if you're a woman, like that's the type of energy that you're displaying, or that you have displayed. And now it's like coming into this place of learning how to soften the armor that's been put up. And that's something that's been a challenge, it feels like, for you, especially with 5 coming out here on the bottom and 5 coming out here, showing that very uncomfortable place of change. But I do feel like you are in the process of changing that. Yes, with the 7 of Spades here depicting the Chariot, you're actually having success doing this. And it feels like you're recognizing that there's definitely more to life than the physical aspect of it. You know, and I feel like you've always seen that there, but it was just difficult for you to face that part of yourself, right? It was so difficult. It was just easier to bury it and not face it. And now it's like you're in this place. There does feel like a twinge of regret, like, why didn't I face this sooner? But also just recognizing that this is just how I've been. This is how I was raised. This is how I was taught. We don't deal with our emotions like that. We work hard. We play hard and nothing else matters. And it's like now it's like I can work hard and play hard all I want, but there only takes care of how I'm feeling so much. And part of that is just wanting to be approved, wanting to be accepted. And with this Chariot energy here, we have this connection to the Cancerian energy. And that's also the Divine Mother, right? That's the mother of the zodiac wheel, is the Cancer energy. And so this could have been wanting to be approved of by your mother, or somebody who is a Pisces. We have very strong Pisces energy coming out here, and Capricorn energy as well. So maybe it was a Capricorn or a Pisces that you wanted to be approved by in your early years. This is early years, okay? We're talking about from ages 5 to maybe 16. It's like early years. You wanted to be approved by this person, and it kind of like set you up for success in the physical realm, but not success in the emotional realm. And that's what's coming through here for you, this description of you. I know when we do these, we always like, oh, well, tell me who I am, but this is like something that's coming through. Like this is a part of who you are. Let's get some oracles out on it for you. Yeah, we have this idea of nurturing with earth magic on the bottom. This card really talks about talking to something like an animal or like plants and nurturing it, giving it love so that you can see what it is to receive love in return. And that's what they're saying. Like, it doesn't matter if situations had changed. You could have been a millionaire when you were born. Like you personally, you could have been a millionaire when you were born, but this would not have changed the way that this person or these people that you wanted to be accepted by would have treated you, because they have to make a choice to change on their own. And that's what's been so hard for you, because you've never really seen someone choose to change the way that they are. And so for you to change, that's why it's so uncomfortable. But yeah, we have with Orca's songlines coming through here, we're seeing patterns of ancestral curses. It's this card talks about it's your time to sing. It's your turn to sing your song, healing the inner child within, becoming truly authentic to your journey. And that's what you're really working on, is becoming authentic to who you are. And I feel like this has been part of the biggest struggle for you. Like, bring me hard work, bring me money, bring me anything. I can do that. I can do any of that, but bring me something to do with being authentic and putting down the mask that I've put in front of my face for years and years and years and covered myself up with. You're asking me to do something that feels nearly impossible. But we have house 9 on the bottom here with spiritual growth. This is something that was destined for your journey. This was meant to happen for you at this time. It was meant for you to face this at this time. Something that you're meant to go through. Those two are coming out. Trust in the magic, source says, with number 66. And 6 is all about balance. We have 666 coming out here too with the devil. It's like, oh my gosh, the devil's number. No. It's all about balance, solutions, finding peace and harmony. That's exactly what that number means. Yeah, take time out on the bottom here with Brown Bear Spirit. Yeah, and look, this idea, this paw print right over the heart. Like, I can't make this up. This is the energy that's coming through here. It's like healing your heart chakra. That's exactly where you're at. It's like you've learned how to physically manifest. You've learned how to take action, right? This is the root chakra and the sacral chakra. You probably are very intuitive when it comes to these two chakras, but to feel, which is the sacral chakra, and to be loved, which is the heart chakra, are very feminine chakras. And they're very different, right? Those are very different energies. That receptive energy is sometimes very scary because it's like I'm losing control. You're asking me to just sit back and allow, but what it feels like I'm doing is that I'm losing control. And they're saying that no, that's not what's happening. You're not losing control. We just need you to allow us to bring this in. So if you've ever looked for a family, right, we've got that energy of being the father with the 10th house there. If it's like if you ever wanted to be a family, like with kids or anything like that, maybe it's always kind of eluded you. That's why it's like you're in the process of healing that wound right now, right? Oh my goodness, he keeps smacking this thing right here. Okay. But I don't want to move it because I like where it's at. We have spend time alone in nature, meditation, and meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective on love. I think is the main thing here. Gaining a positive perspective on love is so important. Yeah, we have the duality here and taking back your power when it comes to your emotions. See, this like raging waters down here. When we think about water, that's why the cups cards are connected to our emotions. It's just a mess, right? It feels like it's just all over the place. There's nothing that's good coming from it. Like if you tried to row a boat out there, you get smashed across the rocks. Like this is your emotional ego just in charge of your emotions right now. It's like you may be calm, cool, and collected because you have to be in a professional setting, but a lot of times when your emotions rise up, like you may drink and they may come out and you may be like, whoa, like all my emotions came out. And it's not that you're aggressive or anything like that. It could just be that suddenly you cry a lot or something like that, or you'll be at home alone, or you could be watching a movie and suddenly you'll have all these tears just rush to your eyes and you're over there like, nope, I can't cry. I'm not allowed to cry. That's not something that I can do. And it's like your spirit is really trying to help you see that emotions are part of being in this human experience, part of being here. It's to feel the whole spectrum of things. Yeah, we can feel the excitement of success, but we also need to feel all the other things too, so we can be well-rounded and embody the beauty of that. So we have groundedness here with number 7. Yeah, staying rooted. Like you're very rooted. You're a very rooted person. Like, you have a purpose. You belong. Like, that's not anything that you ever question. And sometimes we can be so grounded that we're not in touch with our more spiritual aspect, right? And so that's what I feel like is coming through here, is like Source saying, like, it's great that you're grounded. You're amazing at being grounded, but it is also important for you to touch base with some of these other aspects of yourself. Like we have Cancer energy. I was talking about it. Nurture, comfort, and protection. Cancers are the mother of the zodiac. So again, we have this idea of pointing towards the mother wound coming through here. And if you did grow up in a single parent home, it was easy for you to take on that father role because that was what was missing, or that was all you saw was the father role. Work, 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 work. There's never enough. And this is a reminder that there's always enough. And you're recognizing that now, but only when you've come to a point where it's like, I really don't need anything else. But now it's like, again, that idea, it's giving you space to really come into that healing place. And that's something I think you're recognizing currently. Like this is something that's pretty new, or it's something that you've been working on. You could even be coming to the end of the healing journey. It's going to be different for everyone. Like sing your own song with 12. 12 is connected to the hangman, and that's all about our perspective, but singing your own song, right? Letting yourself sing and be who you are. Let's see. I'm actually going to leave these out. Let's check out your card and we'll see. And then, yeah, the sacrifice, number 44. So a lot of synchronicities for you. Let's see what this card says. 44. Okay. This card. See that there? It says, the sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart. A feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. For example, in the Bible, Yahweh preferred Abel's sacrifice of one of his lambs to Cain's offering of vegetables and fruits. In Middle America, however, Quetzalcoatl, I'm not sure that's how you say it, but the Lord of the Dawn came to teach the spirit preferred our songs, sing our own song, and prayers to the blood of humans or animals. The sacrifice asks you to offer spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with a heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. Like, I could not make this up, but the heart chakra, right? Your heart is the only thing that you can offer. And that's it. And it's like, that's what's healing here. So you're learning how to make your heart space sacred. And, you know, 4 is all about finding stability in life. And that's what it's saying. It's like you've been blessed in so many other ways. And we see that here with the dice. But it's like what Source has been bringing out in the reading here right now. The description of you is learning how to connect with that heart space within. It's such a powerful place. Honestly, it's truly powerful. So if you feel like this is your reading and this resonates with you, leave a purple heart down below and say, I'm willing to make my heart space sacred, so that Source knows you're ready to come into this higher vibrational energy. But I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. Leave me a thumbs up, but I am going to take a second. I want to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful lapis lazuli, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on Let Me Describe You. So I do just have to put out there, first and foremost, these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. Knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box down below. You will find all the links necessary to do so. You can email me for a personal reading and I will get you out further information. And you can also follow me on over to my podcast, which is a chill, fun hangout session with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. If you didn't catch the intro, that's all right. I do just want to point out that I am going to be offering memberships this month, in November, not December, November. In November. I know I said I was going to try and have them done by the second week, but some unforeseen circumstances came up, so I'm letting you know now. However, I do just want to put out there that I am going to be offering memberships in November, so keep an eye open for that. I'm super excited to do this for you guys, and I hope that you're excited about it too. So, awesome. Let's go ahead and get into it, and I will go ahead and describe you now. I'm not, what comes through is what comes through. This could be something that you're experiencing currently. This could be something that you went through in the past. This could be something that you will be going through soon. Pile 1 took me by surprise. It's actually a very beautiful reading, but I wasn't sure what to expect on these, so I just want to put that disclaimer out right now. This is not necessarily a let me describe your looks type thing. It's more or less let me describe you and what Source is wanting to bring through in regards to your current place. Okay? So, let's get into it. Source, help me describe pile number 2. How can you help me describe pile number 2, Source? What would you like to come through? How would you help me describe pile number 2? Okay, so we have Uranus, the 5th house, and Taurus energy. Ooh, you are someone who likes to play a lot. You like to be goofy and funny and outgoing and the center of attention. Not in a bad way, and maybe in a bad way, who knows, everybody's different, but you just like to be the center of attention. People naturally gravitate towards you. Sometimes you're also the captain of chaos. You might bring a lot of chaos into people's worlds, and that's just people who might be jealous of you and things like that, but sometimes you do like chaotic energy as well. It's cool, it's human. Don't be ashamed of it. It's just part of being human. We're all dealing with it. We're all healing it. So own it. But this feels like you are someone who you could be a serial dater. Okay, that might not resonate with everyone, but that is something that's coming through. You could be a serial dater. But overall, you do like to romance people. You like to romance your loved ones, right? Like the people you love and stuff like that. You really like to express yourself. You have a lot of different hobbies and interests that you're into. You could be a gambler or have fought with gambling addiction in the past, okay? Overall, though, you're someone who's very, very creative. And I do get the sense that sometimes, pile two, you like to create a little bit of drama, or you always feel like drama plays a part in your life and you might not actually see the part that you play in it. Okay, and again, it's not to trigger you, it's not to hurt your feelings or anything, that's just the messages that are coming through. Again, I'm the messenger. So, but you are someone who's extremely persistent, you're very trustworthy, you're patient, and you'll endure, you'll go the distance, right? You have a lot of tenacity and drive. You're very reliable. You like things to be taken slowly. You like safety and security and stability in your life. Sometimes you can be seen as materialistic, but you might like material possessions, right? You're someone who likes to have nice things, right? You like to enjoy luxurious things in your life. You drive a nice car. You have a nice house. You have nice clothes. You got nice shoes, you got nice bags, you got nice makeup, whatever it is, you just like having nice things. Sometimes you can be possessive, though, of people that either are your friends or your family or your loved ones. Like, you can be possessive over them, which does tend towards a little bit of jealousy. Or even just super protection, right? Like, no one can hurt the people I love, which is a good trait to have, but sometimes it is seen as possessive. Sometimes you do hold grudges. You really get mad at someone, especially if there's a lot of drama that someone brings into your life. You have a tendency to hold grudges. You are sometimes overindulgent, but you do like to be very chic and fashionable. You enjoy beautiful things, arts, very high energy, very high maintenance type of energy here. And you feel like you deserve to be high maintenance, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Right? You're very eccentric. Sometimes you are unpredictable and rebellious. Sometimes you are very innovative and you enjoy change. You're reluctant to change. You enjoy change. Like, there's no keeping up with you. You keep them guessing. Sudden progression. You may have had a recent situation where you suddenly got successful, or you had a promotion, or something changed for you, or you got followers online. You know, Uranus is connected to online friendships. You may be involved in astrology, or you have a secret society. I just heard, okay, secret society that you connect with all the time, but you are very much connected with helping others. You may have issues with your ankles or your lower legs, the calves, or shin splints is something that I've heard too, or you've dealt with that in your childhood. That's a very specific message, like extremely. So we're just going to go with it. I've just learned to trust it. It's okay. So let's get some tarot on it and find out some more. So Source, how can you help me describe pile number 2? You also want a partner if you're single. Okay, if you're single, you want a partner who is like equally yoked to you, in the way of, like, if you make good money, you want them to make good money. If you're really wise and intelligent, you want them to be really wise and intelligent, which is, it's like, you know what you want, okay? Like, you know what you want out of life. You know what you want from people. You know what you want in partners. So Source, how can you help me describe pile number 2? How can you help me describe pile number 2? Thank you. How can you help me describe pile number 2? Seems like you dealt with a lot of situations where there were a lot of red flags in your past, and now you're in a place of really healing from that. Which could be why you might be a serial dater. Like, you're not looking for anything serious. You're trying to figure out if there's anybody out there that meets your criteria. How can you help me describe pile number 2, Source? Thank you. How can you help me describe pile number 2, Source? And if you are with somebody, like, it took you a long time to get together with them, right? But now that you are with them, like, you really like things to be romantic and lovey-dovey, and you will get serious when needed, but you really like to spoil your significant other. Source, how can you help me describe pile number 2? Thank you. Yeah, you could definitely be building a new family here, okay? Or that's something that you're looking to do. But you have healed from neglect, and distrust is the thing that keeps coming through here. Distrust from the past. Yeah, emotional anxiety and anguish. Things that have been really difficult for you to go through. And you found your groove. Like, you found what was good for you and you followed it, and things are working out for you. Like, a lot of people like to be around you, or like the people who really care about you, they love being around you because you bring a sense of fun and stability all at the same time into their lives, right? Yeah, brokenheartedness. This makes sense. This is what I was saying. Yeah. Okay, so some of you are serial daters. Wow. Wow. Okay, all three of these cards talk about failure of relationships. All three of them. Yeah, you've got one-sided love. You have repeat failure in relationships. Again, these are just Reader Digest versions. And then you have promiscuity. So you could have been cheated on in the past. You might have been the cheater. Again, I'm not here to judge, okay? But own your story too. Like, you know, we all are human. We all make choices. We all have situations. So again, it's just own your story. Like, don't let people make you feel bad because about what you chose in the past either, or what happened to you in the past, because it's just your story. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it, okay? But it's interesting. We have all cups cards, and then this is Gemini energy, which is air energy, right? But isn't it interesting? Because this talks about love. This talks about love. This talks about overcoming. Like, you could either be having a pregnancy here or having a child come into the family here from a Two of Cups situation, now coming into a Three of Cups. But what I was initially getting with the Three of Cups here was this healing from neglect from your childhood. Like, you're healing that. You're healing from those failed relationships. So I was saying, like, that's why it makes sense that I was getting that serial dater energy here with the 5th house. It's not because you're trying to sleep around with everybody in the world. It's because you're really trying to find somebody that meets your criteria. Like, that's really what it feels like here. And so you're someone who's experienced a lot of heartbreak in the past and a lot of situations that maybe didn't work out. I do feel like maybe you'd been ghosted before. And maybe like this promiscuity energy here with the Lover in reverse, it also does talk about spiritual defeat. Like, it could be like at one point, like, you just gave up on love. You're like, look, love doesn't exist. Love's not going to exist for me. Like, I'm just done with it. So you just went into this, not even like player energy. It's just like, it's fun. I'll let it be fun. I'll let it have fun. And it's like, you know, you could have been a player as well at one point. You know, both men and women can be players. It's true. Again, this is something that Source wants to describe. So that's what's coming through. And so I have to go with it. But this is clear. You have the Ace of Cups, the Lover, and the 6 of Cups in the reverse. These are all love cards. I mean, the Lover can be the spiritual journey. It's like a spiritual letting go of following your lust and coming into a place that's more honorable with integrity. But it's like, it feels like here it was more about the lust of the situation. Like, screw it. I'm just going to go and do whatever I want, when I want, with whom I want. And I'm not going to question it anymore. And I'm not going to... This is like being disconnected too, like being disassociated from your emotions. So it feels like at some point in time, you've been truly disassociated from the idea of love. And now with the 3 of Cups on the bottom over here, you really are trying to heal this. Like, what is this from? Where does this come from? So if you are in a relationship, it's like, really, this is why you're healing this. You're at least coming to terms with it. You're like focusing on it. And that's why, and it's like, this is coming out. It's like Source showing, like, you've been through it. You've been brokenhearted. You had one-sided love. You gifted a whole of yourself to someone or to a whole bunch of people. Maybe it was 2 significant relationships that you had in your life where you gifted the whole of your being and they just left you in ruin. Right? And they just failed. Like, either you had to leave or they left or you got ghosted. Like, you keep hearing ghosted, so it feels like somebody here got ghosted. And got ghosted for no reason, too. Like, it was just like, what the heck happened? Like, huh? Like, questioning that. And it could have been by a Scorpio or a Cancer that maybe you got, or a Gemini. Yeah. Could have been a Pisces, too. We do have the Ace of Cups here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But definitely it could have been a Gemini, Scorpio, or Cancer. And it does just feel like, it feels like this energy of just being like so confused as to why am I even gonna, like, it was 13:31 on the clock, yeah. Why am I even gonna focus on love? Like, what's the premise of this? Like, what do I gain from it? And so where you're at now, like I said, it's like this energy of really trying to focus on, how do I heal my heart? How do I bring myself into alignment with myself? Because I do feel like you want love. Like, I feel like it's something that you've always wanted, but I feel like at the same time it's like something that's easy to give up on because of being hurt so bad. Whoa, this is way too many cards, Source. May I please have some clarifiers here for pile number 2? How can we describe pile number 2? How can we describe pile number 2, Source? What would you like to say? How can we describe pile number 2, Source? Yeah, on the outside looking in. Like, maybe you know, what is it? Like, it's like all your friends have been married and everybody around you's been married, and it's like you've been on the outside looking in wondering, am I ever going to get happiness like that? But it's like not even knowing for real if they were happy, or truly, like, if it was just a facade, like not knowing or seeing the truth of the situation either. It's like, but comparing yourself to them. It feels like you do compare yourself to others. Like, people are getting into a relationship, or people are gaining a family. Like, maybe you feel like time's running out for you, like the biological clock is ticking, and they're saying like, no, that's not anything to do with it here. It's like this comparison of you to them. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them, because what you're comparing to, like, if you see here, you only see like a tiny portion of what's really going on. And so it's like, in this comparison, because you're not seeing the whole of the story or the whole of the situation, it's like you may be comparing yourself to a situation that's actually not for you, like something that wouldn't resonate, or something that's very much mirroring a past energy that you've been in. Look, 3 of Cups on the bottom here. This is something that, like, Source wants you to focus on, building like this connection with others, like being able to slowly build a connection with others. Yeah, because this has been toxic for you in the past. There's a 5 of Wands here depicting the devil. This is something that's had you in chains. Maybe you've been put in a lot of third-party situations as well. Maybe people have cheated on you, put you in an unfair advantage. If this is something that's been super toxic for you. Like, we have this idea of 3 here, 3 chains here, 3 eyes here, the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, you know. The Lovers in the reverse can be someone who's cheated, a third-party situation as well. And so it's something that you're facing, and you recognize that you are an amazing person, but it's like, I may be so amazing, but why don't I have love? Like, it's almost like, or you've been wondering if you even look good enough to have love. Like, maybe like the biological clock is ticking and you're feeling like you're getting too old to get love. Look at this. I cannot with you. We have the Ace of Cup coming out on the Ace of Cup. Well, okay, I gotta check this one out. Okay. Yeah, so we have the Jack of Wands here, which is kind of like the Page of Wands. Right, yeah, it's like you've been getting involved with a lot of immature people, and that's why no one can see your potential. Like, with the Queen of Wands here, you see this beautiful person, right? Very sexual, very unique, very beautiful individual, very driven, very, very, like, regal and intuitive, and someone who can set up boundaries like nobody's business. And you're very beautiful, but what's been toxic is this comparison to other people, which could be the third party energy, right? This comparison to other people, but showing here in the reading that you want love. You have the Ace of Cups being clarified by the Ace of Cups, right? You have the 3 of Cups on the bottom in both decks. It's like, this is very unique, because it's like showing here with the Page of Wands energy over the Lover, it's showing that this has all been very immature. Like, you've been connecting with immature people, and that's why it's like you're comparing yourself to people who aren't even on your level. And that's what it feels like here. And it's like Source is saying, like, it's okay for you to see yourself on a higher caliber. Like, you're waiting for people to meet this criteria. So if you're waiting for someone to meet this criteria, then the question becomes, why are you comparing yourself to people that you actually don't know the situation behind closed doors? Anybody can post a happy family online and it not really be a happy family. That's only seeing a little tiny piece of the picture, right? And that's what Source is saying here. It's like, there's no need for you to compare yourself to people that don't even hold a candle to where you're at. You're on a different type of journey here. It's like you're on a journey to find true love. You're on a journey to find a real soulmate here. Yeah, blessings, yeah. And people think you're a blessing in their life too. That's the other thing that's coming through here. But Source is showing you, like, you are so blessed. And I know that you know this. But I also feel like what is going on currently is that you don't feel blessed when it comes to love and relationships. Like, feel disoriented and, yeah, like, I'm going to flee the scene. I'm going to fight, or I'm going to fight, like, fight or flight energy here, right? But you have to give yourself space and time to heal. This is like you're grieving those old wounds. You've been in it. You've dealt with it. Like, give yourself some space and let yourself really feel into, like, how do I feel because of these failed relationships? Like, what's really going on with me? And knowing that that's okay, like, however you feel about it. You are meant to love somebody in this lifetime. But I feel like the main thing here is learning to truly love yourself and seeing yourself as this beautiful individual, this amazing person. We have groundedness here, armadillo on the bottom. Staying grounded is important. All right, let's see. Let's get some more on it. Thank you. South Node. Destined to release. Yeah, you're destined to release these old ideas of comparison and see, you know, you might see people all of a sudden all these people get into a relationship and you're like, what the heck? No one's even talking to me. Like, what is going on? What is wrong with me? And it's like, the question isn't what's wrong with you. The question is, are those people actually truly in happy relationships, or are they just getting together for fear of being alone? So Thanksgiving may be significant to you at this time, right? It says, give with gratitude and grace, number 61. Such a trip. Yeah, so it's like you're in this place of being very grateful for where you are, but it's almost like I see everything. I see everything that's beautiful. I see what's going on, and I love that, and I love that Source is blessing me. I love that too. But when it comes to having just a ride or die in life, like, why can't I have that too, you know? And it's like Source is saying that's coming. Transformation is beautiful. Something's changing here with master number 11. Yeah, this is a message from Spirit. Look, and you have the moth spirit right underneath that. Surrender now. This is the light and the dark. It's time for you to embrace both sides of it. Yeah, you've been through some really crappy things. Some really dark things. But you've also been through some really beautiful things. And how can you let those energies merge together? Getting that idea of temperance here. Let's get an angel oracle. Oh, that was quick. Yes! I love this! I love it! Okay, so we have a new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reigniting passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. Like, this is... I cannot make this stuff up. Like, Source is showing that this is exactly what they want you to know in your description right now. This is like your energy, where you're at energetically. Look at this. Look at this energy right here. We have the soul with butterfly. This is your soul's purpose, is to love and be loved. I'm putting the moth out too because I just want you to remember that, like, there's both equally light and dark attributes to this journey, and to connect with both of those because it's a beautiful part of yourself, right? Oh my gosh, I love your reading pile too. Virgo, integrity, reverence, and service. Right now, you are in a place of servicing others. You're in a place of giving yourself. And I know it's like, but I've done that for a long time. Why do I have to keep doing that? Like, it's because right now you're being put into a place where you can transform all this beautiful energy and let it come into you connecting with the person who's meant to be with you on your journey. There is someone out there that meets your criteria. Do not settle, pile 2. That's what Source is saying here. Do not settle. So where your energy is at right now, what's going on with you right now, the description of where you are right now is what's going on in this reading, okay? Let's take a look at your card, and I'm going to read this from the book for you. The giveaway with number 23, which is 5, a very uncomfortable place of change. Let's read this. This is interesting. This has similar energy to what pile 1 was dealing with. But let's see. Giveaway. The giveaway is a gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. You can only give what is truly yours, a smile, a nod of encouragement, a gentle touch, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but giving that which is most precious. Your authentic love and genuine feelings. Again, this idea, you're in a place of service right now. Okay, hold on. The book just closed on me. It says, make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful for. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it. To share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of scarcity and open yourself to the abundance that surrounds you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. This is everything. This is everything here that's showing. You're going to be flowing, receiving, giving, having this gratitude energy. Like Source is saying, new romance is almost here. Something is coming. It's going to be slow building, right, with Virgo energy here. But right now you're in a place of service, and to continue to give that service because you're going to be blessed beyond belief from that. And that's where your energy is at right now. You're just being put in a place to heal from those past wounds because your right in this life is to have a love like no other. Okay? I loved your reading, pile 2. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a rainbow and a butterfly down below, down together, and say, I surrender and accept both my light and dark. So you let Source know that you're ready to embrace this whole being of yourself, okay? Leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of amethyst, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is your reading on Let Me Describe You. Now, a couple of things. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it allows me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy. You can also support the channel further by checking out the description box below, where you will find the links necessary to do so. You can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information. You can also follow me on over to my podcast, where it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I do hope to see you there. Also, I want you guys to keep an eye out on the channel because I will be offering memberships this month, November 2023. It is something that's new and I'm excited to offer them. I was going to try and get them up and going by the second week in November. However, due to some unforeseen circumstances, it's taking me just a tad bit longer, but keep an eye out as they will drop soon. I'm super excited for this and I really hope that you are too. So before we get into your reading, I just want to let you know that this could be a situation that you're currently going through, something that you're learning to heal, something that wants to come out to heal. I know it is about describing you, but they totally took me by surprise. I didn't know what to expect when I did this reading, and so Source came through with the messages Source wanted to come through. They've actually been really wonderful messages. So just keeping in mind, keep an open mind going into this. This is not about your looks or where you're at. It's just about what's going on energetically with you is the description that's coming through, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. And Source, can you help me describe pile number 3? How can you help me describe pile number 3, Source? What messages do you have that you would like to bring through to help me describe pile number 3, Source? How can we describe pile number 3? Okay, so we've got Venus, the 8th house, and Pisces energy. Very, very feminine energy coming through here. It's okay. You don't have to be the divine feminine. I'm just saying it was just very feminine energy that is coming through, saying that you're in a very receptive time of your life, trying to receive your blessings, trying to receive what's rightfully yours, trying to receive your manifestations as well. You're someone who's seen as very mysterious. I will say that. But overall, you do like things secretive. You don't like to put anything out there about yourself, which I can understand. So being very secretive, very mystical, very intuitive. You might have some psychic gifts. I do feel like out of all the piles, this is the most spiritual one. So welcome, pile 3. And as always, if you've watched all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below. I truly appreciate you guys giving me your time and energy. It means so much to me because I know there's quite a few of you. And I just love you so much. I love everybody so much. I just want to send a shout out because I know some of you go through all 3 piles. So, but we do have this energy of being very desirable, right? There's this energy of being super desirable. Like people desire you without realizing or recognizing that they desire you. You've also been through a lot of transformations, and you tend to transform on a daily basis. It feels like you're constantly going through transformations, like something comes up and you transform it. You're in the process of leaving a legacy right now. You are somebody who's very intimate with people. You like to build intimacy with people. I do feel like that some people struggle having an intimate connection with you. And when I say intimate, it doesn't mean physical connection. This literally means about being able to get together and get to know one another on a deeper level. Like sometimes people struggle with that with you. You're somebody who's very dreamy. You like to daydream. You like to dream about what you want and where you're going and what you'd like to have in your life. You have a lot of fantasies that you'd like to fulfill, and that's in life in general. You're super compassionate, very sensitive, very spiritual, which I totally was feeling. Very creative. You like romance and music, and you might get romantic ideas and inspirations from the music you listen to, but also from the art that you watch and see, maybe sometimes from the movies you watch and the TV shows that you watch. Like you get a lot of romantic inspiration from stuff, and that's a very specific message, but it is coming through. You're seen as an old soul. You have a lot of wisdom about you, and you're someone who you do a lot of introspection, so you might really enjoy spending time by yourself, and you're someone who is really in this place of trying to attract the love that you want in your life, the relationships that you want, the finances. You're in a place of really trying to bring in this harmony, this peace, this balance, and I think the thing here is that's really coming through is you don't recognize exactly how attractive you are. You are a super attractive person, and you might not give yourself that much credit in regards to how attractive you are. Also, there's something about your neck. Like there's something very beautiful or charming or attractive about your neck. Or you may also have had a lot of throat problems. I mean, it's just kind of common to have your tonsils taken out. I don't know if it is or not. I didn't have mine taken out. So, but something to do with your tonsils, or like you had troubles with your throat and your neck when you were growing up. So let's see. Let's get some tarot out on it for you and see what else comes through. Put this over here. All right. So Source, how can you help me describe pile number 3? What messages would you like them to know? How we can describe pile number 3, Source? How can we describe pile number 3? How can we describe pile number 3, Source? How can we describe pile number 3? How can we describe pile number 3, Source? Alright, thank you. Yeah, definitely someone who's trying to be better for themselves. Like you're definitely trying to find a sense of balance within yourself right now. How can we describe pile number 3, Source? How can you help me describe pile number 3? Okay, whoa. Thank you. Yes. How can you help me describe pile number 3, Source? Thank you. So you could be a Pisces. Definitely could be a Pisces. You don't have to be. But someone who's just very loving and kind and compassionate. But also someone who's very, very in control of their emotions right now. Very aware of where you're at emotionally. Yeah, and recognizing patterns that you've been through and finding luck. Look at all these beautiful cards, pile 3. A lot of introspection. You love time by yourself. You take it very seriously. You're cool with that. You're also bringing in a lot of luck because of this time of being disconnected from people. Like, you want serious relationships. You like that idea, absolutely. But you're also in the process of saying, like, who's right for me, and recognizing those patterns that you've been through with the 9 of Swords here. It's like, what's been in the past that's set you in a place of being maybe imbalanced or in a world of hurt is what I heard right now, okay? It's interesting. Yeah, so we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, there's been a lot of people who've been really cold to you in the past. People who promised to be there. Wow. Wow. See, this is a thing. Like, you've dealt with a lot of betrayal. You've dealt with it, and that's why you're in this place of, like, look at how you're forward looking here. It's like, but also with the cup pointing towards these cards here, it's showing like you're recognizing that the love that you've given is why you were put in these situations, and the love that you've given is also the reason why you can look forward to the future with such hope and balance. Because you've been in a lot of despairing places where people have treated you not so good, where people have made you feel like, oh, I'm going to be there for you through the end, and then they betrayed you in a really, really terrible way. They made you start over again, and there are people who really just took advantage of your kindness and your love and your appreciation for having people in your life. And it's like, I do feel like a lot of these people now watch you from afar because they see you not being the person you once were. So it's like when they were used to getting your energy no matter what, like you stopped giving that. I saw this line the other day. It's like, oh, you changed. Now you're different. Now you're connecting with this terrible energy. Like, now you're just a mean person. And it's like, no, really what you're mad about is that I'm not forgiving you to the point where I'm overextending myself anymore. And that just really like got me. And it's weird because they're showing me that right now. And so it's like, I feel like that's exactly what it is. It's like these people may have said some really rough things about you, really harsh things about you. In most cases, I do feel like most of it was said behind your back. And so you're in a place right now where you're recognizing that I don't need to dwell on the past. And so currently you're in this place of using the hurt, using the suffering, using the pain, using the hopelessness as a reason to say, hey, if I went through all that and all that stuff was hopeless and terrible and awful, then if that's true, then the opposite must equally be true. And if I look to the future with hope and inspiration and accept that, right? We had that accepting our relationships here with the Venusian energy here. And not just give myself 100% with the 8th house here. Being mysterious, being kind of detached a little bit, and not having expectations on others. And it's like, what can I also get from that? And that's what's coming through here. It's like, you're someone who's now very balanced, but you're balanced only because of the hardships that you went through. Like that, they taught you some incredible lessons that were very difficult, right? And you learned your lesson. You walked away from it or you left, but it's also, look, he has his feet pointing towards the past. It's like you still have your feet in the past. You're still grounded. It's like not forgetting where you came from. Like you still remember who you are. You still remember where you came from. You don't let this past situation be the reason that you upend yourself from your kindness and your love. It's like Source gave you a hand here with the 3 of Swords coming out, or the 3 of Spades. It's like Source gave you a hand and said, okay, let's get out of this. Let's leave this situation. This is intervention by Source. Like you've been dealing with a lot of people. This could have been a Libra, a Sagittarius, or an Aquarius that you were dealing with in the past. Or they could have had those signs highly aspect in their chart. But it's like Source said, I don't want you to be in this anymore. because you deserve so much better. And I'm tired of seeing you in these situations where people are taking advantage of who you are and your kindness and your love and your generosity. And so you may have dealt with this for a huge portion of your life, like from the time you were a child until you were almost like, I'm getting the age of 30 here, or a little bit older than 30. That's not going to resonate with everybody, but that's what they're showing me right now. And so it's like you had to deal with this, and you had to learn how to be vulnerable with yourself, because you'd learned how to be vulnerable with everybody else, but everybody else just took advantage of you. Can we describe pile number 3, source? Can we get some clarifiers out here? Yeah, they're just very clear about how grounded you are in your emotional well-being right now. Yeah, that it was because, look, this, again, clarifying what I was saying, it's like, so this is a 6 of Wands, also being depicted the House of God here, which is when Source comes in and says, okay, we're done with that, right? The 3 of Swords energy here, that's that same energy. It's like, we're done with that. We're getting that out of here. And so Source is connected with you in a very unique, beautiful way. And you've had a lot of success here. And actually, I feel like there's going to be someone that's an ally that's coming to your aid soon, or like you're going to run into them. It's somebody that's going to be there for you on the journey shortly, because you've ended this cycle and it's like you've gone through it. But I feel like what's so amazing about you, pile 3, is that no matter how much people broke your heart, is that you're still a loving, kind person. Like, you're still an embodiment of Source energy. You're not somebody who's turned sour just because the road was sour. Like, you're still sweet, right? You're still a sweet, kind person. Yeah, and there's something about this being your luck. It was almost like that's the thing you recognize. You're in a place where you recognize that all these hardships was what brought you luck. Like, look, it's like the Hermit here is the one that's turning the wheel, right? And here you have it over the hopelessness. And it's like you recognizing how you showed up in these situations is what's bringing you luck in life now, bringing you happiness and good fortune and abundance and success and spiritual growth and expansion. And now that you're expanding, it's like you recognize that that's okay that I went through that stuff. Like, I feel like you're not, no hard feelings. That's what it feels like. You're someone who's like, no hard feelings, it's cool. It's over with. Just don't expect me to invite you back in. But it's no hard feelings, right? And so you've given yourself an opportunity at happiness here because of this. What do we have? Yeah, you just packed your bag and went on your way. You're like, bye. Bye. You know, and 6 of Swords in my deck talks about really finding balance within oneself. Being able to find that solution to find happiness. And now you're coming into a place of true abundance. Look at this. This is amazing. Yeah, you're a very abundant person, and it's starting to manifest in the physical realm. I feel like it's very much starting to manifest in the physical realm for you, and, you know, it's very unique, but I see here it's like through, because this is the Wheel of Fortune with the 10 of Hearts here. Through the hope. It's like oftentimes through the hope that somebody was like you. It's like, I'm going to give my love to everybody who I encounter for the hope that someone's like me. And then you realized it was just hurting you over and over again. And then it was like you went from being the 10 of Cups energy straight to the King of Cups. Like, okay, I know exactly what I want. And you gained a lot of wisdom. This idea of being an old soul coming through here. It's like you already had a lot of this wisdom. But it was like once you drew back and you came into yourself, now you're understanding the truth and the depths of your wisdom. Like, you're seeing it firsthand. Not just giving it away, like, it's like you're actually seeing it firsthand. You're like, dang, I'm a really knowledgeable person. Like, holy crap, I'm a really cool individual. Like, I got a lot going for me. Like, why didn't I see this before? Oh, yeah, that's right, because I was giving it away to everybody. Not it, but love, you know, like giving your kindness, your generosity, your truth, your power away to everybody. Let's get some oracles out on it. Yeah, and Source brought you back to focus. Source said, hey, come back here. You belong with me. Let me take your hand, and we're going to walk down this path here, right? We're going to follow the path. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, Source loves me. Source cares about me. And that's what it feels like. Like, you're so trusting of Source. Like, and you should be. You're so trusting of faith, and you should be, because your faith and source have never led you wrong, when maybe humanity has really done it in for you, right? Like humans have really been harsh for you, and it's like but overall the beautiful thing is that you never lost your humanity, and that's why I talk about being human. It's like you're still human in such a beautiful way. Like you still see people as people. You're still trying to be as humane as possible with everybody, even though you've been through some difficulties, right? And so you're looking for your equal here with Seahorse, equality. Again, I get this energy that there's somebody or there's a group of people who are watching you from afar and watching you purify yourself regardless of the turbulent life that you've had, regardless of all the hardships. And so it's like you really took the hardships and used it to your advantage. Like your difficulties became your fortune. Can we please get some more oracles here for pile number 3, source? Thank you. Yep. You're learning to express yourself and to embody your truth. Like I feel like right now you're the most authentic you've ever been. You care about yourself in a beautiful way. You shine light on yourself. Like you're over here like, heck yeah, I'm pile 3. I'm the best there is. Like I see myself as the best thing since sliced bread. And you should. But it's not also, there's no arrogance that's coming with that. It's literally like believing in yourself to a very high degree, which you should. There shouldn't be this like, oh, I'm scared to believe in myself, which so many times that we do. We go through that. I'm scared to believe in myself. I'm scared to see myself as the amazing person that I am. I'm scared of this, you know. And you're not. Like we have 65 coming out, which is 11, a master number, the first master number. It's a very spiritual number. And we have trust the great mystery. And it's like you did. You're diving deep into your own emotional well-being. You're diving deep into your own self, and understanding you is so powerful, and you're recognizing that you're taking back your power. You're at home with who you are, at home in your spirit, at home in your soul. You're in a very powerful place right now, pile 3. Wow, that was quick. That was quick. Thank you, source. We have Adriana on the bottom. I'm leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to, follow the steps I'm communicating through your intentions. Your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. All right, let's see what comes through here. We've got, look, fire and passion. You found a newfound passion in your life right now, and you're pouring into that. And I feel like that's what's helping you to receive. Like you're just really passionate about what you do, and you show up every day, you show up doing it, and it's like never really work. It's not hard for you. It's like something that you really just enjoy showing up for, and so you do. And you're on your path of purpose. Yeah, you are on your, this is like total confirmation for you, pile 3, that you are on your path of purpose. Like, and you went from being in this hopelessness to being a straight up apex predator, right? Like now I'm in charge. I'm in charge of myself, right? Because you trusted source. And so it's like, now it's like when people felt like they had control over you, or they could win one over on you, it's like now you're in control of yourself. Boom, Pisces. Yeah, Pisces is definitely relevant for this reading. We have intimacy, intuition, and compassion. This is the Pisces card. We have the Pisces dice, and now we have Pisces in the zodiac cards, or astrology cards. So you could be a Pisces, or you could have Pisces heavily aspect in your chart. Or you could even have a Venus Pisces. That's something that's very, very, very strong coming through here. So, but yeah, there's a lot of intimacy and intuition. What was I saying? Like your intimate relationships, it's like feeling like maybe you couldn't have that intimacy, or maybe you couldn't get intimate with people because people struggle to get close to you because you're so deep. There's something very watery about you. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well. There's a lot of water here, a lot of water showing up in your reading. We have Aurora here. You're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example. Yeah, so you're in this place of really, really embodying who you're meant to embody. Like you're becoming unconditional love. You're being a direct channel for source. Like you're shining out this beauty into the world that's Some people just don't understand how you got there. And I can tell you how you got there is through all these heartbreaks and by learning the lesson, not letting the pattern continue to live in your life, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle card. And I'm going to read this from the book. What do we have here? The Smoky Mirror. Ooh, look at this. We have 47. That's number 11 as well. So we have 1111 out here, and 1111 is all about that higher spiritual energy coming through. Again, you're a very spiritual pile by nature, naturally, whatever we want to say here, I'm not sure. But it's like you're a very spiritual pile, and so it's like you're already connected with Source. So we do have the Smoky Mirror. Represents aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world. The mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious casualty. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche and the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or inability or refusal to see the truth, okay? When the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you're invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order but challenging to fully grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect, in the hidden realm, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated, the beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery. Trust the great mystery. This is beautiful, pile 3. Which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts and the distortion you see now. So again, this idea of you being able to see both sides of it, like you see that through the struggle you became strong. Through the hardships, you embraced yourself. Like that's exactly what this is saying. And I love this confirmation here. And again, this idea that you're so connected to Source. And it's a very powerful, powerful, powerful message. I absolutely love this. I feel like if this is your reading, leave a little Pisces symbol down below. If you don't know which one's the Pisces symbol, if you type it into your board, it'll come up. It looks just like this. In a little circle. Or you can leave a fishy down below and say, I embrace the light and dark attributes of my journey and myself. Let Source know you're calling in this higher energy. Give me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, though, and get on out of here. I do just want to take a quick second, though, pile 3, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this incredible message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.